3 children are hurt after an SUV hit them at a school bus stop. We'll have the latest on that just ahead on WKYT News at noon.
We do have some rain out there at this moment, but look later on in this evening off into the night. Here's 11 p.m. Look at all that rain really funneling on in here. That's the bulk of it. We're going to go over that, and if we have any severe weather threat at that time, that's coming up.
Southland Christian Church here on Richmond Road is one of 2 locations where you can get a free flu shot today. I'll have the details coming up.
WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Good afternoon. We have a lot of news stories breaking as we hit the air at noon as well, but we do want to start with weather. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Barbara Bailey. You know, we had those record highs just yesterday, but it's about to get a whole lot colder as this front that we've been talking about all week is now moving through.
It's here. We've heard some thunder and lightning already. The front is upon us. The area seeing some heavy rain right now. Let's go straight to WKYT meteorologist Micah Harris live in our First Alert Weather Center.
Yeah, the good news out of this is like liquid gold falling out of the sky. I mean, everybody, well, not everybody, most everybody really wants this rain, needs this rain. This rain really isn't affecting us much, but just helping out the yards and the crops. So it's actually a good thing that we're getting some of these thunderstorms rolling across the region. You got to remember this, not all thunderstorms are bad, not all systems are bad. This actually helps us out big time. Across 75 right now. Let's zoom on in and show you where I'm expecting some of the heavier downpours at this moment. One rolling through Paris, Mount Sterling, Sharpsburg, you're going to be next in line. Winchester, you just got some pretty good downpours. A few more back behind that downpour as well heading your direction. And some to the north as well. So that's what we're going to be dealing with once we continue to travel off into the rest of the afternoon. Some northbound, pretty heavy rain across Scott County, Grant County, Pendleton, Bracken, now moving into your area, and also Harrison County. So there is some good rain out there at this moment. Doesn't feel all that bad either. We're in the low 80s down south where we haven't seen rain, but the rain's coming for you guys. I'm going to show you when it arrives. Coming up.
All right. When we have several breaking stories here at noon, let's begin with this. Tracking a sad situation out of Louisville this afternoon. 3 children are hurt after being hit by an SUV at a school bus stop.
And we're told 2 of those children are now in critical condition. We go now to WKYT's Lauren Miner, who's live in the newsroom with the very latest details. Our top story at noon. Lauren.
Good afternoon. A very sad and scary situation this morning in Louisville. Police say it happened around 8 o'clock this morning on Doomsdale Street in the West End. Louisville police say a driver of a Cadillac SUV didn't realize the school bus was suddenly stopping and swerved to miss hitting the bus, but did not see the 3 children on the sidewalk. The SUV hit the children, pinning one child underneath the vehicle. According to WKYT in Louisville, neighbors ran over to help lift the vehicle off the child. Very chilling video you're seeing now of police shutting down the route to Norton Children's Hospital and escorting 2 ambulances carrying 3 children to the emergency room. We have learned 2 of the kids are currently in critical condition and the other in serious condition. All 3 children were elementary school age. WKYT says the 2 children in critical condition are 9 and 10 years old. Your heart really goes out to the children and their families right now who are going through this very difficult time. Reporting at the live desk, Lauren Miner, WKYT.
Lauren, thank you, and we'll be sure to continue to bring you updates throughout the day as we learn more details. You can also find the latest on WKYT.com.
And also out of Louisville, the NCAA has charged the University of Louisville men's basketball team with 4 violations.
They all stem from a nearly year-long investigation into allegations made by a former escort. WKYT's Dave Baker has a breakdown on the violations. Buzz?
Guys, after months of speculation, the university was officially notified of those 4 level 1 violations earlier today, and they include a charge against Coach Rick Pitino. But the NCAA did not allege that the Hall of Fame coach had any knowledge of the, quote, impermissible inducements, offers, and/or extra benefits in the form of adult entertainment, sex acts, and/or cash. Andre McGee, the former U of L aide, provided that to at least 17 recruits or current players and 2 AAU summer coaches and 1 associate of a prospect. Now, here are the charges. McGee was charged with providing those benefits. He was also charged with knowingly violating ethical conduct policies. Brandon Williams, who's no longer with the program, refused to provide phone records. That's considered a serious charge. And finally, and the one that's most important, and there's been a lot of discussion about it, Rick Pitino was cited for failing to monitor Andre McGee. That alone means the NCAA could suspend Pitino. The university is going to fight that, saying that nothing in the NCAA report indicates that anyone except Mr. McGee had any knowledge of these activities, end quote. So right now, Tom Jurich and Neville Pinto, the interim president at U of L, are having a news conference with Rick Pitino. Again, Louisville is going to fight this, and so this now puts the process in motion. This has been known for quite some time, but this is the NCAA's first formal charges, if you would. Louisville now has the next step in this process, guys.
Dave, thank you. And as you said, Louisville has that next step, 90 days to respond to the NCAA's notice of allegations.
Also new at noon, late this morning, the Kentucky Supreme Court struck down Louisville's minimum wage ordinance. We have since asked the mayor's office how that would affect Lexington's minimum wage law, and within the past few minutes we've gotten this response. Quote, "This opinion effectively prevents cities, including Lexington, from increasing the minimum wage. Lexington's local minimum wage ordinance has been invalidated." We're continuing to gather the details on this. Again, this ruling just a little bit ago out of Frankfurt. We'll bring you information on air and online throughout the afternoon. But once again, the minimum wage increases by local governments in Kentucky struck down today by the state Supreme Court. A fourth person arrested in connection to the shooting death of 15-year-old Trinity Gay will be in court this afternoon. Lexington police charged 20-year-old Lamonte Williams with wanton endangerment. 3 other men arrested Sunday faced the same charge. Cesare Taylor and DeMarcio Taylor are both out of jail after making bond. Turning to some major national news now. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton are looking ahead to the rest of the 2016 election after wrapping up their final debate.
Weijia Jiang is in Las Vegas, where the two candidates faced off. She has the latest campaign news.
Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton have less than 3 weeks until Election Day.
No more debates, no more naps.
Trump made headlines during last night's third and final debate when he refused to say he would accept the outcome of the election.
Are you saying you're not prepared now to commit to that principle?
What I'm saying is that I will tell you at the time. I'll keep you in suspense.
Trump's campaign tried to clarify his comment, saying they want to see the votes counted without voter fraud before they accept the results.
He has every right, he has the prerogative to wait and see how the election comes out.
Absent widespread fraud and irregularities, then, we'll see. What he's saying is we have to see what happens.
But Democrats say it shows Trump can't take responsibility.
If something doesn't go his way, he's not going to say, I guess I should have ran a better campaign, I guess I shouldn't have been so divisive. He's going to blame it on somebody else.
The debate was the last chance for Americans to see the two candidates on stage together before they head to the polls.
Which candidate's performance tonight had the biggest impact on your vote? 3, 2, 1.
Republican pollster Frank Lund surveyed a group of undecided voters for CBS News.
Those who thought Clinton won saw her as being presidential. Those who saw Donald Trump won saw him as bringing about change.
Weijia Jiang, CBS News, Las Vegas.
Now, Clinton will get a little help on the campaign trail today when First Lady Michelle Obama hosts a rally in Phoenix. Arizona is traditionally a Republican state that polls show has become a battleground state, meaning it could go either way.
New here at noon on WKYT, some good news for bourbon lovers. Striking Jim Beam workers are set to vote on a new contract offer that is aimed at ending a nearly week-long strike. Union officials say the vote is scheduled for Friday and that the new proposal will be presented to union members later today. About 250 Jim Beam workers walked off their jobs last Saturday. Now the company is promising to hire more full-time workers in an effort to reduce overtime that has some workers putting in 60 to 80 hours a week.
The University of Kentucky has dedicated the new Don and Kathy Jacobs Science Building. The new science building got a $65 million donation from UK Athletics and $10 million from the Don Jacobs Senior Charitable Foundation. And now this $112 million facility is considered the epicenter of the university's scientific community. UK leaders say the building will allow students and faculty to learn in new ways and in a new environment.
We had a science building that was very traditional, large classrooms, students sat in fixed seats and looked at the professor at the front of the room. This building allows students to really interact with each other as well as the professor and conduct types of learning and experiences that they never had before.
The new science building is the largest active learning space on campus.
Well, it is flu season. It's time to get your flu shot. We'll tell you where you can get one for free today. That's coming up next on WKYT News at noon, Kentucky's #1 midday news.
The Lexington-Fayette County Health Department is helping you fight the flu today for free.
Price is right. It comes at a good time as well. Health officials say now is the best time to get a flu shot, especially as the flu has been hitting Kentucky early this year. WKYT's Michelle Chamberlain has the details on where you can get that free shot.
Southland Christian Church here on Richmond Road is one of the 2 locations where you can get a free flu shot today.
Good morning. Good morning.
This year, the flu hit Kentucky early. At this time last month, there were 10 confirmed flu cases in the state. Right now, there have been 2 confirmed cases in Lexington. The health department says the flu typically doesn't show up till October or November, with peak season being in late January. Now, the Lexington-Fayette County Health Department started offering the vaccine a couple of weeks earlier this year than normal. And today, the health department is offering the shot for free. The department has prepared as many as 2,000 shots for today's clinic. The health department provided more than 1,100 free shots at last year's special clinic, and they hope even more people show up today.
Hopefully 2,000 people will show up. It's important because the flu shot is the safest, quickest, and easiest way for somebody to fight the flu and help, stop spread the flu from infecting the community.
Consolidated Baptist Church on Russell Cave Road and Southland Christian Church here on Richmond Road are the locations to get the free flu shot today between 4 and 7 o'clock. And the health department recommends filling out a form to shorten your wait time. You can find that form on our website, WKYT.com. In Lexington, Michelle Chamberlain, WKYT.
And by the way, Lexington had 130 confirmed cases of the flu last year. There were probably more that were not officially tested and reported.
That's right. And the flu shot recommended for people ages 6 months and older.
Well, now this is a really touching story for you. There's a boy out in New Mexico that is telling his mom to pack him 2 lunches a day every day for school, and she didn't know why.
It isn't for him. The second lunch is for another boy who eats by himself. Josette Duran says the boy she was helping feed would only eat a fruit cup every day at lunch because his mom lost her job and couldn't afford to pay for his school lunches. When that boy's mother found out, she tried to pay back Duran, but Duran would not take the money. Then the volleyball team that Duran coaches raised $400 to pay her back. But Duran took that money and paid off every single past due lunch account at the school. And now not a single student owes any money for lunch. Isn't that
Terrific
sweet?
Story of passing it on, right?
Really helping people.
Yes. Coming next, $250,000 stolen.
More on the jewelry dealer who claims he was robbed at a Lexington hotel in just a few minutes as WKYT at noon continues.
We have some pretty heavy downpours central and northern Kentucky. That's moving off into Ohio here in the next 30 minutes to an hour. We still got a little bit more to go right here, but it really packs a punch right back toward the west and toward the rest of the afternoon and evening. We're going to get into that coming up next.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
Yeah, we have some pretty good rain outside right now. You got to remember that not all thunderstorms are bad thunderstorms. This is some good rain. This is rain that's much needed across the region. We haven't seen rain in a long, long time. You got to remember it's been 17, 18 days since we actually picked up any rain out here at Bluegrass Airport. So, I mean, it just goes to show you it's been a while. Even dating back toward August. I mean, this is the latest or the greatest chance that we've had it rain since August. It's been a while. I mean, we've had chances here and there, but 100% chance of rain today, it's the greatest chance since August. It's pretty remarkable how dry we've been. Here comes the thunderstorm rolling toward Mount Sterling. Heads up next 5 to 10 minutes. You're going to get that Owensville. I'd say it's another 20 minutes or so before it rolls through you guys. One rolling up that 68 corridor. Heads up Carlisle, you're going to be seeing that very shortly if you're not already. Flemingsburg, you're going to be next in line. Hillsboro, go off toward Mount Olivet, getting some light rain, but the thunderstorms will stay just north of you. You got a little bit back down toward the south and southwest of you guys, but the heaviest rain is just kind of sitting around you right now. We'll get some more later on today. Maysville, heads up. Rain's coming your direction. Also a nice little cell that's going to be rolling through Lexington once again, and that'll roll through the Jacobson Park region, clipping Nicholasville as we speak, and Wilmore as well, really getting the brunt of it. But heads up Lexington, another 15 minutes or so, you'll start to see that heavy downpour. And still much more down toward the southwest. 68 is very soaked this afternoon, and that goes for 150 and BG Parkway. You guys over in the southeast, you're not seeing anything just yet. But here's what's going to happen. This batch, this wave, continues to make its way northeast, and you'll get some filling in, but really you're going to have to wait for this batch right here. You'll get a bit of a break in the action. Remember, you are going to get breaks, but nonetheless, you'll get some thunderstorms too. I'm going to take you hour by hour. Watch this. Get into the afternoon, and you'll get, well, once again, just kind of hit and miss, spotty outside. That's the way it's going to go. There's 4 p.m. as the kids are coming home from school. And then we head off toward the evening hours. Then watch this. This is your front. Your front's still back toward the west, but this is the right beside the front, the part that we're going to be watching very closely, because that will spark up some thunderstorms. And you'll get really heavy rain out of that heading off into the evening and nighttime hours. So heads up for an isolated severe threat, but most of this is just beneficial rain to the yards. This is an awesome system. This is exactly what we needed, and we're going to get it about ½ an inch to about 1.5 inches of rain. That pushes on through Friday morning, Friday afternoon, and evening. The rain's long gone, but check this out. Friday night football, we're sitting there at 48 degrees at kickoff. It is going to be a chilly, chilly night. Your 7-day forecast is still pretty chilly there on the weekend, too, for Saturday. For all those football games, EKU's football game is going to be chilly. There is Saturday night for UK versus Mississippi State out of Commonwealth. It's going to be very chilly, too. I would say kickoff right around 49, 50 degrees.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. You better bundle up for that game.
Are you selling chili?
I know, seriously. Here it comes, man.
That might work, though. You know,
it is going to be cold, that's for sure.
It does sound good.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for coming back in a moment. Half of the World Series lineup is set.
And the Cats are set for a big opportunity Saturday. Dave Baker has sports next.
And we'll check stocks as we head into afternoon trading. The numbers just coming in, and here they are. It's mixed. The Dow's up a little bit.
It's not a must-win, but a golden opportunity as the football Cats host Mississippi State on Saturday. Kentucky going for its 4th win of the season. That would move them to within 2 of being bowl eligible again with 5 left on the schedule. And the players looked on as Georgia and Tennessee both went down last weekend, and they realized there's lots of opportunity.
I mean, it was really a shock to me watching all those games this weekend and different teams losing and all that. So, I mean, it benefits us, obviously. We just have to go out and execute and win games. So.
We got a lot more confidence now. You know, we're going to just take it like we take every game we have so far. We're doing good, and, you know, we're just going to try to, you know, just do the things we've been doing. We've been working more harder in practice. You know, the coach has been coaching us harder on the little things, so a lot's been working for us.
Doesn't Benny Snell look like a guy who'd just as soon run you over as go around you? Cats back in action Saturday at Commonwealth against Mississippi State. It's a 7:30 kickoff on the SEC Network. And tonight on the Big Blue Insider with Dick Gabriel, it's the ever-popular Insiders Roundtable. Live from the cellar, Brent Carney of the UK Network and former Wildcats Anthony White and Jeremy Jarman. They will break it down. That's at 6 on 630 WLAP. Remember, throughout the day, we'll have much more. U of L having a news conference right now with the interim president, Tom Jurich, and Rick Pitino about those NCAA allegations. We'll talk about that and much more throughout the day. But for now, guys, that's a look at sports on your Thursday.
A lot to watch in sports today. Thank you, Buzz.
And there's more to come in our next half hour of WKYT News at noon.
A jewelry dealer claims $250,000 worth of jewelry was taken from him after a robbery in Lexington. Plus, the presidential candidates got heated during last night's debate. Now it's time to look ahead to Election Day. The latest from the campaign trail coming up.
Friday night's Mega Millions jackpot is $25 million, and Saturday night's Powerball jackpot is $151 million.